OMG! Mounted and loaded!
Hello and welcome to this installment of Chanka News Network for the 17th of June 2017. Now, news this week has been a little bit slow, and that's because the community devs have been at E3. And as you can see from this demonstration by UB Justin, they're having a great time. Top news, however, is that the consoles will be receiving the 2.1 update within the next week. The update will be out on PS4 on the 19th and Xbox on the 20th. PC will also be down for maintenance on the 20th, but will not have any updates. The CEO of Ubisoft, Yves Guillemot, did an AMA to promote the E3 conference, and during this he touched on a few interesting points. First of all, he touched slightly on the Vivendi hostile takeover. I'd imagine he can't comment on it on too much detail, however he did say this. Freedom and independence are key to what we do. They will allow us to take risks, try new things, and create games like the ones we showed during E3 this year. We will fight to continue to be able to keep doing that in the future. He also commented on a few Siege related items. He said he loves the game and the engagement and passion Ubisoft have created. He also said in reply to a different comment that he is aware that every time the Siege servers go down, and that Operation Health is a step in the right direction to fixing the infrastructure. He also responded to the question, how do you buff a god? He passed the question on to the Rainbow Six team, but this was of little use, however, as we all know a god cannot be buffed. In other news, Siege Chibis were shown off at the Rainbow Six booth at E3. I could be incorrect, but I think this is the first time I've seen the Chibi models fully painted. Personally, I can't wait to get my hands on the Chanka one. Also this week, the TTS server is back for people to participate and test it out. I've been playing the last few days, but I'm struggling to find any changes that Ubisoft have made compared to the last one. Alpha packs are back, but other than that, there doesn't seem to be much changes. The server does now contain the Blackbeard Elite skin for only 1 renown, so you can test it before you buy it with credits. Moving on to the esports news. One big shock for me and many others this week was that pro player Falko was dropped from Penta. I reached out to Falko for a comment on the situation, but have yet to receive a reply. One of his tweets was kindly translated by Milosh the medic. The tweet said Falko was kicked because the 6-man squad wasn't viable, he was the last to join and his English was the worst. Falko was a really strong player in the last Pro League, so it'll be interesting to see how well Penta do without him, and who, if anyone, will pick him up. Moving on, the Pro League has restarted, and this week we saw our first EU and NA matches. Unfortunately, the Latin American games were delayed, so they will be included next week. The Pro League kicked off with Flipside Tactics vs Omen, who are a new team to Pro League. Flipside won 2-0. Excellence Gaming, formerly known as Most Wanted, took on Year 1 Season 3 champion Continuum, and yet Excellence took the win 2-0. Following this, on Thursday we saw Penta face off against the new team Supremacy, who some may recognise from the Xbox Pro League. Penta won the game 2-1. We then saw Vitality go against Playing Ducks, with Playing Ducks winning overall 2-0. And in the Challenger League, we saw Invicta Gaming face off against Quantia Gaming, with Invicta taking the win 2-0. We then saw No Names R6, formerly Most Wanted EU, face off with My Revenge, winning 2-1. In the NA Challenger League, we saw Saw Gaming go against Breaking Alliance, with Saw going 2-1. And moving on to the Cyber Athlete Championship Series, we saw Core Impact go against Ferocity Esports, with Ferocity winning 2-0. We also saw Ferocity go against Unbroken, with Ferocity again winning 2-0. Following this, we saw Dan Sucks, who went against Vertex Esports, with Vertex winning 2-1. Moving on to fashion news. And there isn't much fashion news to talk about this weekend. However, the TTS was back, so I got to look at some more alpha packs. There was a few I missed in my last Reddit post, so I wanted to update the list with the ones I missed. The following are all universal charms. Pterodactyl, Dimetrodon, I may have pronounced that wrong, Knight Helmet, Stegosaurus, Astronaut Helmet, 1971 Muscle Car, 1941 Hardtop, Vintage 1 F1 Helmet. As well as this, there is a new R6 charm in the test server. There is no way to unlock this with credits or renown and no description, so I have a feeling this will be the exclusive in-game item you get when you buy the real-life chibis. That's all for this installment of Chanka News Network. Before I go, however, I'd like to mention that I sent this tweet while I was doing research for this episode. Now, if you don't know who Matt Andrews is, he is the host of the Pro League Finals. The brand director of Siege replied saying that they thought about this before, and what I'd like to ask you viewers and people reading the Reddit post is, how would you feel about voice packs in Siege? Thank you for watching, please subscribe and follow me on Twitter for updates, and as always, remember,
That Chanka will always stand by you.